cool. So we're just going to jump in. So describe the back pain that you were experiencing and what really motivated you to reach out to us originally.
So I had pain that was shooting down my left leg. I thought it was hip pain because it was referred there. And then I ended up having like muscle atrophy all down my calf, and I had some foot drop from it. It got pretty bad. I went and saw a PT and then an orthopedic, and because of COVID, I feel like I would have gone to you first, but because I didn't know what to do because it happened all at COVID time. But yeah, then I ended up coming to you, and you ended up being the answer. I feel so much better now.
Great. What really caught your attention about the program? So I know, what we took was a completely different approach than what you're used to. What kind of drew your attention to the online low back training program? So we had worked where I just done body work and like some stretching and stuff like that with you. And then I was pretty active before everything happened. I completely stopped working out. So I wanted to get back in, but I didn't feel safe going back to the programs that I used before because I feel like that's kind of attributed to the pain. So yeah, once you said that you had the online program for lower back, I felt like that would be a good segue back into my previous workouts. So what was the overall experience with the program?
It was really good. I felt like at times I had, how do I say that? Like the pain that I was still having, the workouts that you were giving me were able helped alleviate the pain. So I was working those muscles that needed to just strengthen, I think, and I had a lot of like balance issues at that point because my muscles had atrophied so much in my left leg. So yeah, I feel like it really helped. They were like good pinpoint exercises to really get me back to where I wanted to be.
So other than like some balance and strength, what were some of the results that you saw that have now also sustained after having complete the program?
I can run again.
Yeah.
that was a big thing. I went actually and did like sprints yesterday.
Sweet.
So yeah, being able to run again was a huge thing for me. I definitely avoided it because it was like every time I had taken a step, I felt like I was just getting a shock. So yeah, definitely able to be active again like I wanted to be.
That's awesome. So, you can kind of hear it in your voice too, but how has your confidence changed after completing the program?
I definitely feel comfortable working out. I think that was my biggest, I had a lot of fear around it because I felt like, I think we had discussed too, that it was probably the icing on the cake was doing so many burpees. We did a burpee challenge right in March, and then that's when everything kind of went downhill. So I think the fact that it was a workout injury really made me nervous about going back into it. Sorry, I got 3 dogs here. Yeah, I think that's what kind of the lack of confidence, and it definitely helped me out a lot.
That's awesome. Hey, dude.
This was the guy too that we had fostered that he's a puller. So yeah, we able actually like getting him back. I was a little nervous about that, but I can walk him and it doesn't hurt my back.
That's huge. That's such an important part of being able to go out and not feel worried about having the dog pull or run or anything else. So that's fantastic. That's so great. So like kind of big global picture, how has your life improved now that the program is complete?
I think overall, I feel stronger. I have a very physical job too. So working with kids every day, I was definitely nervous about being as active as I used to be. So now I feel confident when I'm giving treatments for kiddos. And then, overall just kind of like happy to be back into working out. I think that's a big mental health thing for me, and to have that taken away really messed up as well.
Yeah, good. Now, and I'm sure the kids are happy to always be with you, so that's awesome. Kind of wrapping up with these last few that I'm just kind of curious to get your perspective on is, let's say for instance,
or just go with it. What would you say to someone who's currently experiencing maybe some back pain and might be on the fence about going through a program such as this, or was in your case, right? They feel like they've tried everything. I've already tried PT. I've already tried an ortho. Like, what is this? How is this going to be any different or better? What would you say to them?
Probably that, I mean, I did tell a friend she lived in Lakewood, but she was having the same problem. I think if she lived in Boulder, she would have came to you. But yeah, I feel like your expertise of being able to do the body work, we talked about dry needling as well, like being able to do, be able to come in and have those in-person bodywork sessions while doing this program. I feel like you were more mindful of overall where my body was and how to help me get back to the goal that I wanted. So I would encourage people to come see you. You had a good, a lot of the times in the program as well, you checked in with me and we talked about like which exercises worked. You were going to progress me into a more, not harder, but more like strenuous exercises, which I think that progression really helped as well. So you were just really took feedback really well and listened and tried to help me as much as possible.
Now, just out of curiosity, do you think, because I know we did have the benefit of being able to do both the body work and the program, do you think you would have been able to get where you were today aside from getting body work, just doing the program alone?
I think confidence, I think I needed the progression to be able to do the program. I think where I started out, I needed the body work and I needed to come see you at least once or twice a week.
Great.
And then, once we made the call that my body was ready to start this program, I think that really helped. I needed that beginning piece.
Yeah, and we know manual therapy works well, right? Sometimes it's finding what the individual needs. Sometimes we need a little bit more of that touch therapy to help just bring everything down so that you can go to that next level, 100%. So what's next for you now that you have this newfound confidence in your back and your body? Any goals, anything that you're wanting to get into that you maybe had done previously or anything like that?
So we're getting married in May. We eloped, but we're supposed to have our big party next year. So I was in this great shape for it. So now I just want to get back to where I was. So that's a big one. But Al and I were talking about once things open up again, we want to start training for sprint tries again.
Cool.
So being able to do that, it's a big goal.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
No, I just really enjoyed it. I think, honestly, the biggest takeaway from the program is that it just helped me build my confidence and get back to, like, now I'm in a spot where I'm back to the workouts I was doing before. And, like, especially this week, the fact that I ran yesterday, was doing sprints, and I went for a jog with one of the dogs as well the other day. So I just feel like I'm back to where I was.
And for those that are maybe listening that are curious, what are you back to? You're doing high intensity, like, interval training, right?
Yeah. So it was actually, the program that I was doing is sweat, but it's basically circuit training with HIIT as well built in. And then so that's 4 optional 5 days a week to do actual weight workouts, and then it's combined with low intensity and then high intensity, which I did yesterday, the sprints.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm super stoked that, you're beyond this. It's this chapter that you've turned and you're on to the next thing. Obviously big goals with sprint tries coming up, wedding season coming up and everything. So I'm just super happy to see what you've been able to accomplish in, a relatively short period of time. It always seems a little bit longer while you're in it, but you killed it. So
thank you.
Yeah. Well, if we can do anything else, please do not hesitate to reach out. And we appreciate you telling your friends and everyone. So that's awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Well, enjoy your work today, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.